Speaking. In parts 1 and 2 of the speaking test, the topics and questions are familiar and personal. In part 3, the topics and questions are more general and more abstract. The questions gradually become more difficult. So in today's speaking, we're going to learn how to talk about abstract topics. Today we're going to continue practice speaking. Before you do that, have in mind the following. Be a good listener. Listen carefully to the examiner's questions to make sure that you answer them fully and appropriately. Answer the questions fully. In each part of the test, it is very important to answer all of the questions as fully as possible so that the examiner can assess your language. This will also help improve your score. Make sure to expand on your answers as much as possible. Be ready to express your own opinion. For part 3, it is important to have your own opinion. Try to read newspapers and watch the news to keep up with current issues. Feel free to disagree with examiners' opinions on the given subjects if you feel like you have a different point of view. Don't be afraid to disagree with the opinions that the examiner expresses. These are not necessarily what the examiner really thinks or believes. It is simply a chance for you to showcase your language and ideas. Show a good knowledge of vocabulary. Another of the criteria your examiner will use to assess your speaking is called lexical resource. You will score well if you use a wide range of vocabulary and don't limit yourself to basic words and phrases. During the speaking test, try not to repeat the same words too often and use some idiomatic expressions if you can. Now, watch a video.
Can you tell me some of the practical things that people can do to help their neighbours?
To help our neighbors, I think the most common action you can do to help a neighbor would be to lend him something. He doesn't have to take care of his children when he's away, or take a look at his house when he's on holiday. These kind of things.
Well, why should neighbours help each other?
Because it comes quite natural, I think. You may have a problem. You may have a problem one day, and if there is somebody that can help you, it's a good thing.
You live in quite a small town,
yeah.
and you know Como as well. Do you think that people in small towns help each other more than people in cities?
Yes. Yeah, I think that it depends on the country. For example, here in experience I had here in England showed me that people are much more helpful here than in Italy. And but I think that generally in a small town, since you more or less know each other, you are more kind and you tend to help other people more easily.
Right. So why don't they do the same in cities?
Because the life in city is quite stressful. There are many people that they have to run from one part to the other of the city, and they don't take care of people that maybe needs help. They don't notice.
Okay, let's go on and think about attitudes towards helping other people. Some people don't want to help other people. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know, but I think that the main attitude is help.
Yeah.
The people tend to help each other.
Maybe they've had a bad experience, or
yeah, it may be that sometimes you had a bad experience in which you felt really bad and nobody helped you, and now you don't feel ready to do it with the peoples. But I think that by the way, you should always try to be helpful, because you can't base your attitude on a past experience.
Do you think that the governments have a responsibility to help people?
Yes, I think the government should create a structure, should create also the right base to give people the chance to take up a mindset, in which a mindset of helpfulness. I don't know.
Right. But doesn't that sometimes mean that people think that it's only the government's responsibility?
No, it's not only government responsibility. First of all, it's a personal responsibility. I think that everyone should help each other first of all. Then the government can create a structure and then can act in the right way to allow people to be helpful and to help each other. But I think that mainly it's a feature of a person.
So, Emanuele, do you think that some people deserve help more than others?
No, I don't. I think everybody deserves the same amount of help from other peoples, but sometimes I understand that it's difficult to help some people. First of all, people that don't behave in a right way, or that made you suffer during your life, or with people you had a bad experience with. But in general, I think that everybody should have the same amount of help.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thanks.
And now, complete the questions the examiner asks.